Today I'm sharing with you one of my favorite pieces of equipment to save time in the kitchen. For those of you who don't know me or catching the replay, hi, my name is Ailey Swift. I am the chef and owner with Simply Gourmet. At Simply Gourmet, we are all about making your life easier. So whether we're cooking for our busy clients during the week or we're catering your event, we've got you covered. So you may have thought, for those of you who tune in to me on a regular basis, that I was referring to the sous vide tool with this, but I couldn't be further from the truth. We might touch back on that particular tool in the future, but today I really wanted to share with you a piece of equipment that 100% is going to save you time in the kitchen and is something we literally use every single day, multiple times a day in our commercial kitchen. So let me take you back to when I was a child. This is a piece of equipment my grandmother used all the time as well, and quite frankly, scared the crap out of us, right to the point where we actually had a damaged ceiling in the kitchen. And so that was a bit frightening, but my mom embraced it and brought it into the family, and so I grew up using one of these, and it is actually a piece of equipment that I purchased, like one of my first pieces, when I first started cooking in my very early 20s. So can anybody guess what that is? If anybody knows, please comment below, or as well, make sure you tag a friend who might be interested in tips of the kitchen, or share this post so that they can start following me. So let's not leave you waiting here. The piece of equipment is a pressure cooker. For those of you who don't know what a pressure cooker is, it's basically a pot that builds the pressure up and therefore traps it in there and allows for the cooking time to be speeded up exponentially. So a pretty time-saving tool if you ask me. However, this piece of equipment has dramatically evolved throughout the years. Back when my grandmother was using one, it had to be put on the stove. You had to adjust the temperature just right so that it got up to the perfect temperature and pressure. And then you had to lower it to make sure that that toggle just wiggled ever so gently and didn't overblow, quite literally, which obviously grandma didn't master that one time. I think it was only once though. So I can tell you that this piece of equipment, however, has gone dramatically different over the years. Number one, it is no longer something you have to put on the stove, which is fantastic. Especially at our commercial kitchen, our stove space is precious. So having an electric version that can sit on a counter and be plugged in is huge. Also, the pressure is regulated on its own. So you don't have to keep it at that right temperature to ensure that it doesn't blow up. It sorts itself out. You can keep it on a low or a high. And without going into more details, I'm going to tell you the one that I use because there's a ton of them out there. If there are any paleo followers watching this video, give us a like or a heart because that's where I found this one from, was Nom Nom Paleo. She's an amazing paleo chef. Check her out. She was the one who first promoted the Instapot, which is the one I use, the 7-in-1 Instapot. And that's where I decided, oh, okay, like she gave her stamp on it, I'm gonna give it a go. And you can get it quite reasonably priced at Amazon. I will be posting the link below after the video's over so you'll know where to buy it. I don't get any money off of this sale. It's just something that I use and it's a good one. And quite reasonably priced. It often goes on sale too, which is fantastic. So we at the kitchen decided quite early on, but I feel like not early enough, to make our own broth. We were going through heaps of it. And because we only ever buy gluten-free broth, it's ridiculously expensive. Like, it's crazy. So we thought, why are we buying broth? And we decided to make our own broth. And that is why we use this so much in the kitchen. We've spoken about making your own broth before. This makes it that much easier. A few reasons people don't like to make their own broth. Number one, quite honestly, is the smell. Especially if it's beef broth. It can leave a bit of an aroma and it has to sit and simmer for a very long time. So by having a pressure cooker, you keep all that scent inside, at least until you release the steam. But then that's only momentarily that you have to deal with the broth smell. So we can literally do a really great deep flavored chicken bone broth in 90 minutes. So amazing. Vegetable broth, I feel like you could get away with 30 minutes very easily. Beef broth, I allowed to cook a little longer. I would probably give it 2 hours in the pressure cooker, but still, to create that kind of depth in that amount of time is brilliant. Aside from broth, there is a ton you can do in the pressure cooker. I also have a ton of recipes on my website, simplygourmet.biz, that you can find anything that is slow cooked. I have a shredded chicken curry on there. I have a shredded beef stew. Those are great things for the pressure cooker. Chicken thighs are amazing in the pressure cooker. Think pork tacos, like a carnita, putting that in the pressure cooker and having a beautifully shredded, tender, juicy pork in literally a half an hour. Like, talk about time saving, right? So a lot of things you can do in the pressure cooker very quickly. Again, it's not so scary. Literally the steam that comes off of the one I use is not even that hot. I've accidentally kind of gone over, passed through the steam with my hand and it hasn't scalded me. So it's, it's warm, but it's not like, oh my God, burning hot. So safe for the kiddos that you've got at home. So keep that in mind. And yeah, the sky's the limit with the pressure cooker, really. You can have a lot of fun with it. This one is 7-in-1, I believe. So it has a lot more options than we use at the kitchen. You can cook rice in this. You can cook soups in it. So unlike the sous vide tool, which actually takes you longer to cook, the pressure cooker is going to take a lot less time. And there are things that you can do that literally would take hours and hours, and you can whip it out in 30, 40 minutes. When we're making a stew, for instance, I usually set it to about 35 minutes for fork tender, melt in your mouth meat. Anything that you want to create and generate a lot of flavor with, like chili, if you're making something braised and you wanted it to kind of cook down for a long time to create flavor and depth, pressure cooker can come in really handy for that as well. So I will, again, as I said, post the Instapot recipe or website so that you know where you can get it. And very exciting, tune in next time on Sunday when I let you know what my recipe of the week is. I'm super excited about this one, guys. I think I'm excited about them all because I just love bringing you these recipes. But I just made this last night and it's got a really cool story behind it. Definitely has some history with me as a chef and is unbelievably delicious. Not to mention that I was able to multi-purpose the dish I made last night so that tonight's dinner is that much easier, which I've been honestly craving all day. So I will make sure I share that with you as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you here on Sunday live. I will post my time, so don't worry about missing me, and you can always catch the replay as well. Have a great day.